the intake and the deadline. The next step to find out admission intake and their respective deadline. So Canada has two admission intakes, fall and spring. For the fall intake, classes start from September, and for the spring intake, it starts from January. However, there are two differences between two intakes. For example, roster of courses offered during the fall intake is much higher than what offered in spring. Also, admission provided in the spring intake is much lower, so the classes of the spring intakes is much smaller than the fall intake. As an expert, we highly recommend students to start their application and finalizing the university for fall intake by August and September of the previous year. Admission process. Now let's look at the ideal application timeline you should follow. From fall intake, August to September, finish shortlisting at least 6 to 8 universities you are interested in. Based on independent research, interaction with the seniors, which means September and November you start taking the exams required for the admission, such as GRE, GMAT, TOEFL and IELTS. This will give you a sufficient time to retake exam if needed. November to December, take knowledge of application deadline, which are usually around December to Feb. So you need to prepare application package including transcript, test score, SOP, letter of recommendation, and ensure you made it well before the deadlines. Between March to May, this is the period you will hear back from the universities on your application decision. Once accepted, you will be given the deadline in which you have to confirm your place and make a deposit. Between March to June, to prepare your bank statement and being applied for the visa. Do note that the processing time of Canadian students visa for Pakistani students is roughly 8 or more weeks, or known as SDS. If you apply through SDS, then you will be take 15 days or more. So make sure you apply as soon as possible to avoid any unnecessary hassles. Entry requirements. Now that you know the benefits of applying Canadian universities and the application intake, with the deadline, it's time for us to look at the admission requirements for the studying in Canada. Now, good news is, compared to the USA, the Canadian application process is fairly straightforward. For instance, not all universities in Canada require a GRE. Moreover, many of them prefer to have a GRE score on your profile. The admin decision based on your CGPA, SOP, your IELTS or TOEFL score. A TOEFL internet bid score of 100 and above is usually preferred. If you are taking an IELTS exam, then a band score 6.5 and above could be preferred, that too, with an individual band score no less than 6.0 in each section. SOP, Statement of Purpose. Here are some more requirements that you need to look into. SOP is probably one of the most crucial aspects of your applications because it's a snapshot of your goal, achievement and aspiration. Most of the universities set their own word limit. However, it's usually no more than 500 words. Letter of recommendations. Letter of recommendation is assessment of your potential and your dedication to your discipline. As minimum, you will be required to furnish at least 2 letters of recommendations. Research portfolio. Research portfolio as a fresh undergraduate generally expected to have a lot of research experience. But if you do, then make sure you mention that in your SOP. Research is typically uncommon in undergraduate level. So have that would be actually help you to stand out among the similar credentials. Work experience. Work experience, again, this is not something that you are expected to have and it's not a mandatory requirement. If you have work experience, that's definitely going to bolster your admission chance. Application fee. Finally, let's have a quick look at the application fee. Most of the Canadian universities and colleges charge application fee in between 15 Canadian dollar to 150 Canadian dollar. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, don't forget to leave a comment below and we get back to you. Check out our previous video. Make sure you subscribe our channel. Contact us for any query and like always, we will be happy to help you.